Listen up, you lot. Every year, thousands of homes go up in flames, leaving a trail of devastation and heartbreak. It's a bloody disaster, and the worst part is most of these fires are preventable. We're not talking about some fancy cooking show where you can just shout for the medic. This is real life, and fire safety is no joke. In this video, we'll expose the top 5 culprits behind these infernos and equip you with the knowledge you need to protect your homes and loved ones. You call yourself a home cook. Well, get this. Cooking is the #1 cause of house fires. It's a bloody war zone out there with unattended pots and pans turning into fiery weapons of mass destruction. Don't think for a minute that you're immune to this. Whether you're a seasoned chef or a microwave maestro, one slip-up is all it takes. First rule of the kitchen, never. I repeat, never leave your cooking unattended. It's like leaving a pan of hot oil on full blast and expecting it to behave itself. You wouldn't walk away from a roaring bonfire, would you? Treat your stove with the same respect. And for God's sake, keep flammable materials away from the heat. That means dish towels, curtains, oily rags, anything that could turn your kitchen into a scene from a horror movie. Now, I'm not saying you have to be a Michelin star chef to avoid a kitchen fire, but a little common sense goes a long way. Stay alert. Keep a watchful eye on your cooking. And for crying out loud, have a fire extinguisher handy. You wouldn't believe the amount of people who don't have one. It's like trying to put out a fire with a wet tea bag. Get a grip and get prepared. All right, you've survived the kitchen, but don't get complacent just yet. Heaters and chimneys are another recipe for disaster if not handled properly. These things are meant to keep you warm, not burn your house down. It's like having a dragon in your living room, powerful but potentially deadly if you don't know what you're doing. Regular maintenance is key here, folks. You wouldn't drive a car with bald tires and expect it to perform, would you? Treat your heating equipment with the same respect. Get those chimneys cleaned, inspect those furnaces, and make sure everything is in tip-top shape. A little effort now can save you a whole lot of heartache later. And while we're on the subject of maintenance, let's talk about proper use. Using a space heater as your primary source of heat is like trying to cook a Christmas turkey in a toaster oven. It's simply not designed for it. Overloading circuits, using faulty equipment, or leaving heaters unattended is a surefire way to turn your home into a bonfire. Don't be a donkey. Now let's talk about a different kind of heat, the intentional kind. Arson is a real scourge, a deliberate act of destruction that leaves communities devastated. It's like a plague of locusts, consuming everything in its path. And the worst part is, it's often preventable. Vigilance is key here. Keep an eye out for suspicious activity in your neighborhood. Report anything that seems out of place. Remember, you're not being paranoid, you're being proactive. It's about protecting your community, your home, your loved ones, and if you see something, say something. Don't be a bystander. Alert the authorities, spread the word, and let's work together to extinguish this threat. It's time to take a stand against these fire starters and show them that we won't stand for their reckless actions. Okay, let's dive into the hidden danger lurking within your walls. Electrical wiring. It's like a ticking time bomb, ready to explode if not handled with care. You might not see it, but that doesn't mean it's not a threat. Outdated or damaged wiring is a major culprit in house fires. It's like driving a car with faulty brakes. You're just asking for trouble. Don't be a cheapskate when it comes to electrical safety. Get those wires checked, replace outdated systems, and make sure everything is up to code. And while we're on the subject of electricity, let's talk about overloading circuits. Plugging in every appliance you own into one outlet is like trying to cram a whole Sunday roast into a tiny toaster oven. It's a recipe for disaster. Use surge protectors, distribute the load, and don't push your electrical system beyond its limits. All right, smokers, listen up. You might think you're being careful, but the truth is smoking is a major cause of house fires. It's like playing with fire, literally. One careless flick of a cigarette butt and your entire home could go up in smoke. First and foremost, if you're going to smoke, do it outside. It's not rocket science. Smoking indoors is like setting off fireworks in a library. It's just plain stupid. And when you do smoke, use a deep, sturdy ashtray. Don't even think about flicking those butts into the trash or out the window. It's an open invitation for disaster. And for God's sake, never smoke in bed. It's like falling asleep in a burning building. You're just asking for trouble. If you're going to indulge in this habit, do it responsibly. Don't be the reason your home ends up looking like a scene from a disaster movie. We've covered the top 5 fire hazards, and let me tell you, it's been a real eye-opener. Fire safety is not a joke, it's a matter of life and death. By being vigilant and proactive, you can drastically reduce the risk of a fire in your home. Remember those tips we discussed. Keep a watchful eye on your cooking, maintain your heating systems, watch out for arson, get your wiring checked, and if you smoke, do it responsibly. These simple steps can make all the difference. Don't wait until it's too late to take action. Protect your homes, your loved ones, and your communities. Let's work together to make fire safety a top priority and prevent these devastating tragedies from happening. Remember, fire is a powerful force, but it's no match for knowledge and preparedness. Stay vigilant, stay safe, and let's keep those homes from turning into a scene from hell's kitchen.